Espresso TV. Yeah.
Hello everybody, welcome all YouTube fans from Espresso TV. Here we have two nice, wonderful ladies from Caffè Cagliari. On my left side here, Veronica.
Hi, good morning.
And Veronica is a sales manager of Caffè Cagliari.
Yeah,
right?
Good morning.
Yeah.
Yes, I am the export manager of Caffè Cagliari, and I will introduce a little bit the company. Caffè Cagliari is the historical roasting company in Modena. It was born in 1909, and it's very well known for the great history about coffee since 1909, and the company is still family business. It's the third generation. We are based in Modena, so in the heart of the food valley, and we are specialized in the production of roasted coffee. So we produce roasted beans, ground coffee, and all the products related to coffee, so compatible capsules and paper pots as well. But our focus for sure is coffee beans. Inside our company we have a coffee school, and Giulia is our
Haha, yeah, here Giulia. So here we go to the real part of preparing espresso, cappuccino, all this stuff, and
Absolutely.
that's not so easy.
It's not. And I'm Giulia, I'm the coffee trainer from Caffè Cagliari, and I basically travel around the world and try to teach people what an espresso is, but not just an espresso, but the Italian espresso. So the way that us Italians look at a coffee and expect from a cup. Basically, I teach from roasting process to the extraction process to sensory as well, to tasting, and today we'll go through some basics. We call it basics, but they're not so basic, you know, it's sometimes it's tricky.
Yeah, and we are here in my film studio in Lindau, Lago di Costanza.
Bodensee.
Yeah, Bodensee. So,
Wunderbar.
yeah, not so far away from Modena.
No.
And so it's quite practical, and so therefore I just want to show you some coffee varieties. Okay, so we start with creme espresso?
No, we start from the premium one.
Oh, really cool, yeah.
It's 100% Arabica organic, so puro 44. This is one of our bestseller, premium, very niche ones. 100% Arabica. So more acids, of course, but in a good way. And just for the lovers of Arabica, that is totally different from the other blends that are a mix between Arabica and Robusta. Then we move to the other two premiums references, Super Oro and Espresso
This one
Bar.
and here, yeah.
High pressure packaging. That is something we have patented. We have only in our company, Caffè Cagliari.
This is why it's so pumped, but
Exactly.
it's just coming by the time, right?
Yeah, because we roast the difference. So one very important thing that Caffè Cagliari is well known for the single roasting of each origin of coffee.
Okay.
So we select only the high premium varieties of coffee. We roast each one separately, and then we create the blend only after this. And for Espresso Bar and Super Oro, we roast. We put the different beans in this special packaging, and we wait 2 weeks in order that the beans releases the aroma, the natural gas that is the aroma of the beans. And only after at least 2 weeks we ship to the different customer all over the world. So this allows to have the same aroma when you open the bags, like the fresh aroma at only after you roast the coffee beans.
Okay.
And the same is for Espresso Bar. Then we move to the bestseller as well, in the middle, let's say, that is Gran Caffè.
That's my favorite for the beginner.
And it's very well known, yes, also in the Italian market, of course. It's one of our bestseller, and these all are blends, so a different percentage between Arabica and Robusta. And then we move to our, let's say, entry level, but it's an entry level also very high quality, because we, with the highest percentage of Robusta inside. But anyway, we're always premium one Robusta, so always very, very premium quality.
Okay, for me that's the trucker espresso, that's the early morning espresso, that's the espresso where everybody, even as a beginner, gets an excellent result and is not too dominant, and the other varieties are more special, and for this you need a little bit more skills. And last but not least, we have the two new blends. I'll just take them. Yeah, what does it mean, a keeper?
Kipa means team.
Yeah.
So these are our niche blends, so only for real niche lovers. And there are two blends, Fruttado, 100% Arabica, with different kind of Arabica coming from different places. We have Brazil, Ethiopia, Guatemala, Honduras, so the best ones Arabica in the world. But then Giulia will speak more in details about and the technical topics. And so 100% Arabica, and Especiado is a blend between Arabica and Robusta. The Robusta comes from the best place for the Robusta in the world, so Capi Royal Indian Robusta. And of course, Arabica comes from Brazil, Ethiopia, Guatemala, and that's it. And these are very niche ones, so different kind of roasting is lighter roasting comparing to the other that are more specific for the espresso, for the Italian espresso, where we have a medium dark roasting.
Cool. Very interesting, very interesting. And now I think I will start with Giulia, the step number one. What means step number one? Of course, step number 0 is heating up the machine, cleaning the machine. Cleaning is important to get rid of the rancid fat.
Yes, absolutely. Maintenance is one of the most important topics in coffee and extracting coffee. Sometimes the most boring one as well, because of course, you know, cleaning, it's not the fun part, but let's keep in mind that coffee is an organic element, so of course it gets old really quickly, really fast, and unfortunately we need to protect it against oxygen, against chlorine, against calciums. Those are the worst enemies for coffee.
Chlor is ugly, huh? Especially more in the south, so the tap water is
tap water
no-go.
is really bad, really bad. We need to focus on water as well. We need to check our water first, because keep in mind that one single espresso, 25 milliliters of liquid of drink, let's say, is 95% water and 5% coffee. Given that if we use a very, very hot water for our coffee, I promise you coffee will never taste good, even though the products come from a very high quality company. Coffee will never be good, unfortunately, because hard water is actually a very a problem for coffee.
Okay, so water should be soft also for the longevity of the machine.
Yes, absolutely, because hard water again is gonna wreck all the passages inside of the machine, you know, and it will stop the water flow. So maybe you have a very good quality machine that will stop working all of a sudden. And that's because you're using hard water. So please keep in mind, don't ever use tap water for your coffee.
Okay, water needs to be filtered and brain needs to be activated.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And so I think,
yes.
Giulia, now we go behind the bar and check out, how it is.
Go ahead.
Because the tricky part is then how to set a grinder, you know, that's not so easy, especially when it stays there for a couple of days. Then of course the beans are too old, so I emptied the grinder, but I did not adjust the grinder yet. So that's now the tricky part. the fine tuning. I always say, like with the musicians, with the band, before they start the concert, what do they do? A sound check. And this is what we do now. We check the grinder and check by the weight, of course, grinding degree, and then we see the outflow. Let me just smell a little bit.
Please.
Oh, wow.
This is 100% Arabica.
Nice.
The name actually comes from the number of chromosomes that Arabica coffee have got. So 44 is the chromosomes, and the more chromosomes the plant has, the more aromas we will get in cup.
Okay, super. So is there also a Puro 41? That's not existing.
No. We've got 44 or 22. The Robusta's got 22.
Just a joke, okay? But sometimes we need to laugh a little bit.
We need.
Otherwise, it's too boring.
So
what are you doing?
This is the most important part. Coffee, the grind size of coffee changes very, very quickly again because humidity affects it a lot. So we need to check it every single time. Let's say we want to have our first coffee. We cannot just go there. All right, so this is the great grind size, perfect dosage, and then we'll have our coffee. No,
yes, we can, but with brain, okay?
Yeah, with brain. And with brain meaning that you always want to fix one parameter first. So let's say I fix the dosage.
Okay.
I know that with Puro, I want to work with at least 16 grams of coffee because I know it's 100% Arabica, I know it's full of aromas, so I want to get as much aroma as I can in cup.
And when you use 17, 18, 19 gram?
I'm not a huge fan because I come from the Italian school and 17, 18, 19, 20 grams, it's more in the Anglo-Saxons world.
Okay.
I like to have more coffees during the day, so I like to use less dosage.
Okay.
But if you know you're not a huge drinker, you can easily go with 20 grams of coffee. Of course, adjusting your grind size.
Yeah, okay. So now we start.
So now I've got the scale ready. I insert the group. This is a Fiorenzato, so it should automatically recognize the weight of the group.
Let's wait a short moment so we see. It always needs a little bit of time, sometimes to, so this one is too less, but this happens when the setting is new, so it needs a few attempts for this grind by weight system, but we can always also use it manually, so that's not a big deal.
We're getting there. Technology is not perfect. Us humans are almost perfect. But we are definitely getting there. So now we see 16.4.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'll double check it just because.
Yeah.
Perfetto.
Yeah, okay.
Perfetto.
Now,
second most important part, not just pressing down your coffee pot, but you want to level it down first.
Why?
In order to have the water flow going evenly on the coffee pack, because otherwise we will have channeling, we will have an over extract part of the coffee pack and maybe an under extract part
because here at the side is less coffee, in the middle is more coffee.
Absolutely, because it comes out this way, and sometimes from each grinders work differently. Sometimes we will have coffee just on one side. So you always want to tap it a little bit to make it a little bit more even. But nowadays we also have a coffee distributor, which helps us, of course. You don't use to press it down, you just use it to turn it a little bit.
To equalize the coffee powder inside the filter holder. And now comes the next step, tamping.
Tamping down.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, let's say coffee school tells you to use 25 kilos of force on your coffee pack. Most important thing, you want to press it down evenly again to have the water flow even. So you go just one single time, you don't need a lot, and then with your fingers, you want to touch the filter and the temper.
Let me check.
Please. In order to have it even.
Okay,
and if you notice that there's one side that it's more, let's say, it's not even, and there you go. Perfetto.
Cool. And here we have a bottomless filter holder, and the bottomless is super cool from a downside. So when we look from
we will look from below.
Yeah.
What Marcus just did is another very, very important part of coffee extraction. So you want to purge your water distribution first, your water shower, just a few seconds to make sure we will use clean water for our next extraction.
Yeah, like fresh water.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We insert the group gently, because unfortunately, if you hit the group, you will have a little bit of holes inside your coffee pack and the water will go through, creating channeling, of course. We insert.
Yeah, therefore a nice barista is of course a cool thing. Haha. Yeah. And now
the group is really good because you can see all the caramelization of the sugar. At the beginning of the extraction, you will have a thin flow, increasing in volume, very dark color at first, and then we go to a light brown.
Yeah. Now we will have a look inside the cup.
This is 100% Arabica, so this is exactly what we expect from a coffee extraction. We will have a light brown color, thin cream, tiger stripes on the side, because the Arabica of course expresses itself by creating these tiger stripes on the crema. And then we just need to taste it.
And
you go first.
Oh la la. So first smell or rotate?
Absolutely. You can also use a spoon if you prefer to incorporate the crema.
Yeah, but I do like this, like with vino. Okay. And then a smell. Ah, nice. Not so dominant. It's more.
It's more delicate. Arabica
more delicate.
is more delicate than a very, very good blend, you know. So you will have a very sweet coffee, a hint of acidity inside, of course.
Not too much acidity. When there is too much acidity, what's the reason?
It's probably because it's a single origin of Arabica.
Yeah.
So of course the maximum expression in terms of aroma is acidity, but on top of that, remember that you've got some areas all over the world where the Arabicas are really, really acidic.
Yeah.
Africa, Ethiopia, Tanzania, Kenya, then we can go to Colombia as well, Nicaragua. They're very, very acidic origins for coffee.
And so this is why we have a Michela, right?
Absolutely.
Like with vino, cuvée in Champagne or Bordeaux, they always create cuvée in order to balance a little bit the acidity.
Of course, because the important part in coffee is also to have a balanced drink.
Yeah.
So you don't want to have too much acidity, because sometimes acidity can scare people. It depends on the taste. I love acidity in coffee.
Yeah.
It depends. It really depends on the taste. It's not easy to create a balanced blend, and I think that Puro is actually a very, very, very good blend in my opinion. One of my favorite ones. We've got origins from Central and South America.
Yeah.
We've got Peru, we've got Nicaragua, we've got Costa Rica, Guatemala, Honduras. So first thing first, we don't have Brazil. And as you know, Brazil is one of the most used origin in coffee, because it goes well with everything pretty much. In this case, we don't have
Nice, nice.
This is even better than the one that Marcus had.
So we give it to Veronica.
We'll give it to Veronica. This is really, really nice.
Yeah, because here we are on a little bit higher levels than normally the hotels can offer.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's also my favorite.
Yeah. So, what do you experience?
Very good.
Cool.
I like 100% Arabica. For me, it's the most amazing blends among all our blends.
Really?
Okay, it depends on the personal taste. It is very nice.
Wow, yeah. And I'm more into Arabica Robusta. Like I like always 10% Robusta. You need to give a little bit more power, or how to say, yeah, it's
More energy.
yeah, or less acidity.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you do it correctly, then acidity is very well balanced. And what I really hate is unbalanced acidity.
If you are talking about a very good Arabica with very high quality origins,
Yeah.
the acidity is always a sweet acidity, so not a citric ones, but very, anyway, delicate.
And it's sensitive.
Yeah.
It is a very sensitive coffee. Of course, as you said before, you need a little bit of skill to extract
Yes,
100%
yes.
Arabica, because it's different from what we expect from the Italian espresso. You know, it's a thin crema.
Yeah.
It's a very light, medium to light body. It's sweet. It's acidic at the same time. And in order to extract it well, we need to have a little bit of knowledge in terms of extraction and in terms of coffee as well.
Little bit, okay, not too super sophisticated, but a little bit. And the disadvantage of Arabica is also that the aging process is faster.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
with Robusta can stay much longer, but this one, let's say, 9, 10, 11, 12 months is okay, but when it's too old, then it loses a little bit the...
It loses body, it gets lighter in color, it percolates different, it comes out really, really fast,
Yeah.
and you can taste it straight away. All coffee, it's something that, it's a taste that you won't forget, let's say that.
Yeah, but also it needs to ripen a little bit, so it's wrong when you say after one day of the roasting, then it's perfect.
It can
or
be.
how is it?
Arabica and Robusta degas at different speed.
Yeah.
So the Robusta will take a little bit longer to degas because it produces more CO2 than Arabica. The Arabica, like one day after roasting, in my opinion, it's still too fast. You
Yeah.
won't taste the coffee as it is for real because of the gases and the aromas
Yeah.
that are still inside. You want to wait maybe at least 3 to 4 days to try your espresso, but you'll know straight away because when it percolates, you'll have a lot of bubbles coming down,
Yeah.
and that's the CO2 coming out of the
Okay,
coffee.
okay.
And then you'll know it's too fresh. You know, maybe you want to wait a few days more.
Yeah, wow. So this Puro 44 is really positive surprise for me because it's not too dominant. It's a very fragile, nice, balanced way, like a nice champagne. I would call it more this way. So
Yeah.
it's
Like
stimulating and but not too much, not like the trucker espresso, like when you taste Puro 44 and then the creme espresso, you get maybe a little bit shock, okay?
Yeah.
And,
now we're about
yeah.
to have the first shock.
Yeah.
So now we'll move towards a more intense and very much Italian brand. What I'm doing is I'm drying out the group first because we've got a little bit of leftover water
Yeah.
inside, and I don't want that water to finish in cup because it will dilute my coffee.
Okay.
So I like to dry it out first a little bit.
Interessante, molto interessante.
And then this is something that I do every single time. As I said before, we can already see the different in color of the roast. So we're moving towards the traditional Italian taste. So we're looking for persistency, intensity, but still very, very sweet, balanced coffee. Blend of Arabica and Robusta. Origins coming from Central and South America. We go from Brazil, Colombia, Guatemala, Costa Rica, and then we're also adding an African Robusta, which would give it character, body, crema intensity.
And from which part of Africa?
Uganda.
Oh, 16.3.
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
let's keep in mind that this is a good blend and we could go from 15 grams to 16 grams of coffee. It depends on the taste. I like to taste coffee when I drink coffee, so I always go for a little bit more doses than that.
Okay.
16 is good though.
Yeah.
Same as before, we level the coffee pack a little bit.
Okay. So we learned that water always goes the way of less resistance. This is why we do all this stuff, okay? Not because we are crazy, but it has a reason.
We are a bit crazy, but it's okay.
In a positive way, okay? Positive way. If you don't have a little bit of craziness, then what's it all about? Huh? Why you hold the cup so high?
I hold the cup so high in order to lose less crema. This is not the case because this is a very good blend. As you can see, it almost looks like chocolate, you know. So we've got a lot of crema. I could leave it like that without any problem or any issue.
Yeah.
And this is perfect.
And here we have another trick, because now we see here 24 seconds, and here inside the cup there is a ring.
A ring inside the cup that indicates 25 milliliters.
Okay, cool.
Another double check that I always like to do is actually to weigh the liquid in cup.
Okay.
But that's just because I'm a bit of a perfectionist, you know.
But actually the cups are not the same.
You see, this is, it looked like a perfect extraction. My opinion, it's probably a little bit over extracted, because the weight should be around 32, 33 grams.
Okay.
And we have 37.9.
Okay.
It's gonna be good, let me be honest, it won't change that much. But if I wanna be a perfectionist, I always double check. And the proportion that we follow for the espresso is 1 to 2.
What I also found out, that the cups never weighed the same.
Sometimes,
So, cup is not cup, okay? When you do like this, for example, we do a test now. Up, 0. And now we take 2 other cups. It should be 0 again. Okay.
Got a little bit.
So accepted, no problem. 0.1 gram is nada. Niente. Okay, super cool. Wow.
Prego, Marcos.
Wow. Dankeschön. Wow.
Perfect.
That's espresso bar.
Espresso bar.
That's normally one of my favorite blends.
Blend of Arabica and Robusta. So we're looking for sweetness and we're looking for a hint of bitterness as well. We won't feel a lot of acidity in this blend.
Acidity is completely gone.
Absolutely. I can taste chocolate, I can taste caramel. It's really, really balanced. It cleans my mouth. In my opinion, this is a really, really good balance between a very strong, intense taste and 100% Arabica. This is a good compromise.
Wow. Really cool. And also very subtle. No,
it's not too, it won't dry your mouth. You won't have astringency at all.
Astringency, when does it happen? When coffee is old?
Not when coffee is old, but sometimes the Robusta can drag a little bit of astringency inside the cup. Robusta, but also over extracting coffee. Or maybe a very, very dark roast can also bring astringency as well. And that's where your tongue gets stuck on your palate.
Okay. And how you recognize over extraction?
Because it dries my mouth.
Okay,
We will probably taste a little bit of it in the Gran Rossa, but that's because of the nature of the blend itself.
Okay, cool. So we go to Gran Rossa.
Let's go to Gran Rossa.
Okay, that's the early morning coffee, in my opinion.
Maybe we'll drink a little bit of water now, because we always want to have a little bit of sparkling water before trying new coffees.
Why sparkling?
Because the gas and the CO2 will remove all the fats that you've got on your tongue.
Oh yeah.
Salute.
So it's no.
Zambo, no.
Yeah.
Zambo.
Yeah. No, zum Wohl.
Zum Wohl. Zum Wohl.
Zum Wohl. Zum Wohl. Yeah. Ah, good. Excellent.
A little bit of sparkling, and
Yeah.
we will do the same as we did before. I'll check the weight first.
Yeah.
This is a more intense blend with a higher percentage of Robusta inside.
Yeah.
And I know that I want to go with 15 grams of coffee.
Only 15.
Only 15. You can always go for 16. If you like really intense taste,
Yeah.
you should always try your coffee first, and then decide.
Okay.
Because there are no fixed rules. The fixed rules are your mouth.
Yeah. That's nice. There are no fixed rules. Okay.
You try it, you taste it, and then you decide.
Yeah.
I know the blend. I like it better using 15 grams of coffee instead of 16.
Cool. Yeah. Veronica has another important phone call. Huh? Yeah.
Veronica is not paying any attention to us.
No, that doesn't matter. It's always okay. As a sales manager, you have to sell. So.
Absolutely. She needs to work.
Yeah. We enjoy.
This is what we expect from this type of blend. You see, a little bit darker color, a lot of crema, a lot of body. I can tell by the way it percolates. It's gonna be really like a mouthful of coffee. Perfetto.
So you stop at 21 seconds.
I stopped at
extraction
21
time.
because it's still a little bit fresh. As you can see, we've got tiger stripes on the side, the Arabica expressing itself, but then a few tiny bubbles, and that's because the coffee has been roasted not long ago.
Okay.
So the CO2 is still coming out. And on top of that, as I mentioned earlier, more Robusta, more CO2 coming out in the gas process.
Oh. Wow.
Bitte Markus.
Dankeschön. So still I'm in the limit of caffeine. Not too much.
Not too much.
So
Remember
for
to drink a lot of water.
the tasting, we do not need to drink every drop, okay?
Absolutely not.
Otherwise, we get a
Heart attack.
Yeah.
No, the tasting process sometimes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now we are super professional.
Super professional. So we want to mix up the crema and the liquid itself to incorporate all of the aromas and all of the volatile particles that we have inside, and then
say zum
this
Wohl.
is how they taste.
Yeah. Okay. And now sounds always a little bit strange.
It sounds awful, but this is how you do it to get all of your tasting glands touched by the liquid of your coffee.
Okay.
And this is what I expect from this blend. A little bit more intense. We can feel a little bit of astringency, but sometimes it's nice because it's balanced by a very sweetness of caramel and chocolate, of course, because we've got Central and South American origins inside. No acidity at all. This is a coffee with a full-on character. We will have this coffee even within half an hour, 40 minutes, we will still be able to taste it.
Yeah, nice.
Goes very well with milk as well.
Okay, so that's also less expensive, this one?
Yeah, absolutely, less expensive, goes very well with milk. It's a first coffee in the morning. I would definitely suggest this type of blend because it wakes you up.
Okay.
As we move towards the 100% Arabica, of course the prices increases a little bit, and we have different way of drinking an espresso.
Yeah.
Maybe half in the morning, in the afternoon, when you're at your third coffee.
Yeah.
Arabica's got a lower level of caffeine.
Yeah, so this one is my afternoon coffee, the Puro. and the espresso bar is my starter, okay, my personal starter.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
These two are one of my favorites.
Yeah.
44 is my favorite
Yeah.
blend in the production.
This one is more when I have a hangover, okay, then when I drank too much.
I have an hangover, I need to go to work. Gran
Yeah.
Rossa is a very good way. Maybe double shot as well.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's how to distinguish. What I'm also interested, which kind of mistakes are fatal.
Ooh, fatale. Okay.
Oh, well, what is the no-go?
No-go. I would definitely. I don't like to repeat myself, but really pay attention to your water, because water is really, really important in coffee. And do not assume that coffee doesn't change over time. So please always check your weight. You get a scale, even a small one, and then your grind size. Look at how coffee percolates in cup and always taste it first.
Okay.
Do not assume anything with coffee. Maintain your coffee machine, take care of it, because you need to clean it, you need to rinse it with water, you need to use cleaning products as well. Do not use the washing dishwasher for any part of your coffee machine, because sometimes, you know, people would put the portafilter inside the dishwasher, and it's really not good. You want to leave it inside your coffee machine.
Yeah. One question, Giulia. Some people leave the used coffee cake inside the machine. Is it good or bad?
It's not good.
Yeah.
It's like an old tradition. We would have the same in Italy, in the old school caffetteria. But it's really not good. It's not, leaving the coffee there will get very rancid, and it will get the filter and the portafilter really, really dirty as well. So please, once you finish to use your coffee machine, always give it a good rinse with water and leave it clean.
Zack.
I promise that the coffee will get better every day.
Yeah, and also if you remain like this, okay, it's not so.
It's not good.
Not good. Because this coffee powder is already extracted.
It's been extracted, so we've got no aromas left in here. We will have just bitterness and caffeine inside.
Yeah.
So you always want to get a brush and just give it a good clean before getting fresh coffee.
And why I do this flushing afterwards, I will just show you. Is there anybody here who likes to taste this coffee?
Nope, thank you.
Yeah, so that's why we do this, okay?
Same for the portafilter. Bitterness and caffeine. If we use dirty water, we will never get a good coffee.
Yeah.
It's the same when you cook, you know, you need to wash your dishes.
Yeah, and a dirty knife is not so nice.
Esatto. Genau,
und,
genau.
Ja, genau, eben. Und das kippen wir weg, okay. Ciao. Arrivederci. Yeah, und hier, so. And now when it's wet and you start, then it's already extracting.
Yeah, absolutely. And
so,
please always keep in mind to leave your portafilter after you've cleaned your washing machine. Do not leave them like that overnight. You always want to have them inserted inside your coffee machine, because you have a thermic difference during the night. So the portafilter will get really cold, and once you put hot water on top of it, it might crack.
Okay,
so you always want to keep it inside, have it as hot as possible.
And also when the portafilter is cold and you insert hot water, all the heat goes inside the metal.
Esatto.
So that's then...
and the coffee won't extract correctly.
Yeah, that's a little bit strong. So, and also, sorry, a little bit stupid, I wanted to say.
Also as well.
Yeah.
That's so, my work.
So, and next one is cold cup.
Yeah. Oh, look, the cup. This is a very traditional way to have your cups on top of your coffee machine, but keep in mind that you can always leave them like this as well, because you want to have the bottom of the that's hot.
Yeah.
Not the part where you put your lips on. So if you have them like that, you have the bottom very hot, and the coffee inside needs to be around 67 degrees. Not any less, not anything more.
And also this depends cups up, cups down on the machine.
Certo.
When it's a small machine which produces less heat, then maybe cups down.
It depends on the environment
And
as well.
if you have a big machine like here, you can use cups up.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's always depending on your environment. So not to be too not too small-minded, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Do not assume, try something different, always taste it first, and then draw your conclusion, basically.
Yeah, also in my opinion, why coffee is so popular, because we like to be happy, and happiness always comes from inside.
Yeah.
But in the outside, you always look for a corresponding something, and so what I found out, of course, was this standard is that sun has biggest intensity around the equator. So then when you have a substitute like a medicine from equator, which stimulates your inner well-being, then you can use coffee, for example. And so of course we think that the consummation of the coffee makes us happy.
It does. The caffeine is a stimulant.
Yeah. And on the energetic level, it's also interesting. You always have a correspondence or a communication between the, let's say, the spirit of the plant or the essence of the plant and the body. So you can also say that the plant rules over the body.
Absolutely. Well, they work together.
We always think that we are the boss, but maybe also
they are.
Coffee is the boss.
I think that they are. Yeah. As soon as we understand that they are the boss, that's even better.
So and this really keeps a certain respect to the product itself.
Yes, absolutely.
That we
treat it well. Try it, and good coffee will make you feel good. And if you feel any pain in your stomach, sometimes it can be maintenance of the coffee machine or low quality in green coffee, but also a very, very dark roast. It develops a lot of fats, and our stomach cannot digest the fats.
For example, in the hotel, when you have these jugs, big containers of filter coffee, which stand for 1 hour, does it change a little bit during the time?
It depends on how you extract it. If you put double espresso in hot water, that's not going to taste good. Because it will get rancid and will burn the coffee. If we extract filter coffee in a good way, following a good proportion between water and coffee, well, then it can taste good. But keep in mind that having a blend of Arabica and Robusta extract in that way, it's going to be strong, it's going to be intense, and we need to pay attention to a lot of factors, a lot of parameters.
Okay, cool. And now I'm interested what do you say about the way I do Americano.
Prego.
Okay, so first of all, I clean the filter holder. Then I'm interested about the weight of the filter holder, so I switch on the scale. Here it's like this. Then I go, of course, on 0, on Tara. So we can leave it, like this. Now we take a little bit of coffee. So. And I try to use less, like 10 gram. It's just experiment now. No, already gone. So we take this one, simple scale. Da. 13. And now I try to use 10 gram. It's just a test, okay? Yeah, 10.7. And then we see how the result will be, okay? When I insert such a small amount of coffee, it's now just a test, okay? Now the leveling does not work, so I need to go down a little bit further. Yeah, still more down. Okay, now tamping with only 10 gram. And now let's see the result, okay, what's coming out. Flush. Gently insert, press the button, and now we watch the outflow. It's coming out quite intensely. So for espresso would be, I would say, under extraction. But let's see if it's acceptable or not. That's just, I don't know. Not so good, huh?
But you want I don't want to be.
Yeah.
It looks a little bit yellow for my taste.
Yeah.
And in my personal opinion, the Americano can be made, although it's really hard to make a good Americano on an espresso machine.
Yeah.
Your Americano requires a different proportion between water and coffee and a different types of extraction.
So how would you do the
I would do
Americano?
I would do the V60.
Yes.
That was
okay.
born in Germany, actually. In the 19th century.
Yeah.
It was born here, and you will have a filter paper, coffee pack, and then any type of glasses on the bottom, and then you want to percolate water on top of your coffee pack. In between 2 to 3 minutes, you have a very, very light roasted coffee, a really coarse grind size, and that's the perfect Americano for my taste.
Okay.
This is a smart way to do an Americano, because you use less coffee, so of course you fill up the cup in a quicker way.
Yeah.
It's a little bit under extracted. Let's say that, because we don't have a lot of dosage inside. It's always better to do it like this, or with hot water. That's what I like to do sometimes.
Okay.
I fill up the hot water in cup first.
Yeah, that's the way I also know. That's maybe a little bit too much.
Or maybe more.
Or this cup, we have 2 different sizes, but let's see. Shall I pour a little bit out?
Maybe, maybe it's fine.
So, okay.
I like to, this is what I like to do. I like to put the water first. 16 grams, perfect. This is how I like it.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna have a perfectly extracted espresso.
Yes.
Percolating on top of the hot water. What I've just done is not entirely correct, because the water coming from the boiler is not perfect for our drink. We should have a boiler on the side, and we should use bottled water, filtered water, heating up on cup.
But I already exchanged the content, so we have fresh water, even in the boiler, okay? It's not old.
And then we can do either a single shot or a double shot. That depends on the taste.
Yeah.
If we put the espresso first and then the hot water on top of it, we would break the crema and we would burn the coffee as well. In this way, we can preserve a little bit of crema.
Yeah. So that's the more
perfectly well extracted espresso.
Wow. Yeah. So that's the super sophisticated Americano. So So you see, we had now two different options: the quick and dirty one with 10 gram,
Absolutely.
and the
Absolutely.
more correct one with 16 gram.
You can always do double shot of coffee and then a small jug of hot water on the side to have it a little bit more fancy, let's say.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, I always suggest try different types of extraction. There's not just espresso, you know. We've got different ways to create infused coffee.
Nice.
This is nice, right?
Nice. And the cool thing is that the human body distinguishes mainly between the total dissolved solids.
Assolutamente. Yes.
So here, for example, in a milk jug, we can just put a little bit of hot water, and so everybody can adjust according to
the taste.
The taste. Yeah, that's it. So simple.
Very true. Very true.
Now I think we do a short break and then go to a cappuccino.
Perfetto.
Okay.
Perfetto.
Cool. Ah, super,
Basta,
genau.
basta.
Basta. No. Cool taste. Wow,
Cool taste.
wow, grazie.